my name is Jess and welcome to my channel. Have a look at this. Today I'm going to be talking to you about my first ever Nanowrimo and how it's going. So for those of you who don't know, Nanowrimo stands for National Novel Writing Month, and the aim of the entire thing is to write 50,000 words of a novel in 1 month. So it is day 8 of Nanowrimo and my word count stands at 15,200 words, which I think is about 1,000 above the day's word count, something like that. I can't remember. I haven't really been keeping track because I'm just trying to get those words down on paper as quick as I can. I'm pretty sure that almost every word I've written has been absolute rubbish, but you know what, the point of Nanowrimo is just to power through it, just to end up with a mess of words right at the end, and I am on track. So I don't want to tell you too many details about my story just so I can keep that air of mystery, but I will tell you that it's a YA fantasy, and world building in 30 days is turning out to be a bit of a challenge. But you know, I'm enjoying every second of it. Every second where I could be doing schoolwork. But the great thing about Nanowrimo is the fact that it's an online community with thousands and thousands of people means that there's just a really great spirit around November, and whenever I'm not writing, I want to be writing, even if I know that what I'm writing that day has been absolute rubbish. So I have devised my own 3 rules for Nanowrimo, which I'm going to share with you today, and even though it's my first Nanowrimo, so I wouldn't consider myself an expert on the subject, I feel like these are 3 pretty generic rules that should help to get you through some tough times. The first rule is one that I see plastered all over Nanowrimo, and that is murder your inner editor. Believe me, I know how hard this is. There have been countless numbers of scenes and countless lines that I have just wanted to go back and delete from the memory of my computer forever because they are that bad. But you can't, because the purpose of Nanowrimo is not to write beautiful sentences and wonderful words, it is just to write words, no matter how awful or terrible they are, and you have time to edit later after the 30th of November. So you get hold of your metaphorical knife and you stab that in the editor, and this got really violent really quickly, so I'm just going to move on. Rule number 2 kind of links back to that first rule, and it is give yourself permission to be absolutely terrible. This, I think, is where I have always tripped up when it comes to writing, because I would just get so mad if a story idea or a character or a theme isn't coming out exactly how I want it to, and I will just stop, or I'll move on, or I'll end up throwing myself off the course of the novel completely just because I'm so annoyed that it's not turning out the way that it's meant to. But you'll never get anything done if you're constantly just angry with yourself because of how bad what you are getting done is coming out as. Like I said before, the purpose of Nanowrimo is just to get words down on paper, not to get beautiful words down on paper, just to get words done. It's better to have an absolute mess of 50,000 terrible words to work away from than have no words. You've got to think of yourself as like an ice sculptor. They start out with that block of ice that is just not the most beautiful thing to look at, but they carve at it and they make it beautiful. And rule number 3, which isn't so much a rule as some advice, remember why you love your story. So the other day I got attacked by something that is often referred to as shiny new idea syndrome. SNIS. Shiny new idea syndrome is when you're having trouble with your novel, you're running into a lot of rules, and some lovely, shiny, wall-less new idea comes and starts saying to you, write me, write me. And it's in times such as that when you need to remember why you loved your novel and why you chose to write your novel in the first place. You know, the honeymoon phase ends, you stop loving your novel. At some point, it's only natural that there are going to be moments when there is nothing in the world you hate more than your novel. But you need to look back to the beginning and remember why you loved it at the beginning. I used to be really into reading book blogs online, and I remember one time Stephanie Perkins, who's the author of Anna and the French Kiss, did a guest post on something that she called love lists, where she said that at the beginning of a new project she will write up a list of just like 1 or 2 word reasons of why she loves her story. So for example, for Anna and French Kiss it was stuff like a beautiful bilingual boy and film, and whenever she was struggling with her story or not really liking it all that much, she'd look back on that love list and remember why she loved that story. I just think that's a really great idea, and like I said, it's just so important to remember these things because it's that love for your story that will get you through writing it. And also, if you see me on wearing a lot of this in the next few videos, it's because I plan on doing some pretty intense writing sessions over the next week or so don't judge me, internet. But But yeah, those were the 3 pretty general rules that I came up from Nanowrimo. My Nanowrimo time has been really, really enjoyable so far, and I would love to hear about your time if you've been taking part in it. So leave something in the comments below and I will see you soon.